Good morning, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's well today. This was not the video you were supposed to be seeing today. Today you were supposed to be seeing a video of my holiday evening outfits, which I promised before I went on holiday. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair and using you like a mirror. I will stop now. First of all, I lost all the footage of that. This morning was the day I had, it's going live tomorrow, so I'd earmarked today to edit that video. And when I went to find the footage and the place I thought I'd put it in my iMovie program, it was nowhere to be seen. I fiddled about for quite a long time and eventually I found it somewhere else completely. I must have put it somewhere else completely, but I found it and then I watched it and I was just not happy with the quality of it. The lighting was terrible, the camera work wasn't great. No shade to Mr. Matthews there, bless him, he does his best. It just was not of the quality that I would want to put up here. But I don't want to edit something together that I'm not happy with and you'll look at and think, God, that was terrible. You know, let's just move on from that. So today I have another video for you, a different one. And unfortunately, this is going to be a bit of a difficult one as well, I think. I get contacted by a lot of overseas, generally Chinese, clothing companies. I would say around 80% of them, I take one look at the website and I turn down immediately. They are not all suitable for people of our age, you know, the 50+ range that I make videos for. I feel anyway that a lot of them have clothes that I wouldn't particularly want to be wearing and that are more suitable for different people and not necessarily for me. So as I say, about 80% of them I turn down. I will always go and have a look at the website and have a look through it and see what I think. So this particular company contacted me. I'm going to call them Ursime. I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. I'll put it across here. I had a look at their website and they had a very different style, a style that I quite liked, a lot of their clothing, and was slightly more expensive than a lot of the Chinese websites, and I liked the look of it. It was a little bit different and I thought, oh yes, I like that. I think that would be of interest to my viewers. So I agreed to do a try-on video for them. Now I will say these clothes were gifted. Now, I think it's fair to say my experience has not been great. I haven't tried the clothes on yet, so there may still be some saving graces here. And I feel uncomfortable, but I am not in the business of wanting to slag off companies that have sent me clothes to try on. However, I take my platform here very seriously and it would be disingenuous of me not to give you a true account of my experience, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and avoid commenting on that experience in terms of, what am I trying to say? I'm going to try and avoid having too many opinions. I just want to share the fact with you, try on the clothes, see what we think of the ones that I can try on, and I will leave you to draw your own opinions on what I'm going to tell you. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Right, let's get into it. As I said, I looked at the website, I thought it looked nice. They had sort of a quite slightly more sophisticated vibe to some of their clothes. It wasn't so much stuff that youngsters would wear. I felt like it was a good fit for my demographic, so I like that. If I'm glancing over here, it's because I've written myself some notes so I don't forget to say anything. Now, they do say on the website it takes 15 to 20 days delivery. If you're thinking of ordering anything, that's worth taking into account. And they do accept returns. However, it does involve emailing them. This is only according to their website. It does involve emailing them, and then they will give you an address to send them back to, presumably in China, and you have to send them back. So it's not a particularly straightforward process, and obviously there will be a cost incurred to send the items back. However, they do accept returns nominally according to their website. So they asked me to pick 5 things, I think it was, which I did. They then came back to me and said that one of the things was out of stock. Could I pick something else? Fine, that's not something that happen, you know, that does happen occasionally with these sort of try-on videos with various companies. Sorry, my phone's ringing now, I've got to go and answer that. I've completely forgotten where I got to. It's almost like this is the video that doesn't want to be made today, I can tell you. Oh dear, right, sorry, I just had an in-depth conversation with Ashley about something. It's completely thrown me. Right, I think I got as far as saying we were going to get into the try-on. I should point out as well that when the order arrived, the original item that I'd ordered that they told me was out of stock arrived in it, rather than the one that I'd been asked to replace it with. So that was slightly odd. Didn't matter, but slightly odd. Right, let's get into the 5 items. Let's start with something that I think might be a good one, which is this dress here. It is yellow. I love a yellow dress. It's got a long sleeve with a turn-up, a sort of gathered waist. It's probably going to be maxi length on me, although it should be midi. And I liked the idea of this. I thought it would be good with, you could put it on with boots and like a little biker jacket, or with a big chunky knit cardigan for winter. It did look as though it was going to be slightly thicker fabric in the picture. Don't know why I'd say that, but it is quite lightweight. I got it in a 4XL. The sizing was not the easiest on the website, but there we are. Unfortunately, it came with, everything came extremely creased. I've had to iron everything, but again, not necessarily the company's fault. Unfortunately, it did have this rather nasty, dirty mark on the front. However, to be fair to that, it does look like it would wash out fairly easily. It doesn't look like a stain, probably just maybe some dust or something like that, but not great really, in terms of when you get something new, you don't want it to have a dirty mark on. I cannot tell you what the fabric is. On the website, it called the fabric linen, cotton and polyester. Didn't give any indication of the amounts. I'd say it was got quite a bit of cotton in it. Unfortunately, not a single one of these garments has a fabric label in. Some of them have been cut out. I will leave you to draw your own conclusions for that, around that. I did ask the company why this was, and they haven't responded to that. So yeah, as I say, draw your own conclusions from that. Anyway, I've done enough talking. Let's put the dress on and let's hope it looks nice, shall we? Oh dear, not a good start. I haven't tried any of these on in advance, by the way. Other than this very obvious too tight around here and the dirty mark, which is quite obvious as well. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. I can definitely see it in the mirror from this far away. The length is okay. The sleeves are okay. It fits nicely across the shoulders and on the waist, but it's completely flattened my boobs. It is way too tight across here. I would say the measurements on the website were inaccurate, because I did look quite lengthily at the measurements and the styles of the items in relation to those. So yeah, too tight across the chest and a dirty mark. As far as the manufacturer is concerned, this one is quite nicely made. There's no sort of loose threads or dodgy hemming or anything like that, so I will say that for it. But obviously completely unwearable for me like that, unless I have a boob job to reduce the size of my boobs. Not gonna happen. Now this is the item they told me wasn't available and then turned up anyway. Kind of wish it hadn't. It's a jacket, as you can see. I ordered it in a 5X, and this one on the website said it was polyester, and I would say it's very definitely polyester. It's the most horrible fabric. On the picture, I'll put the picture up here, obviously, and you know, tell me what you think of the picture. I feel like it looked quite nice in the picture. I like the colours, quite like the pattern, but the fabric is just, it's like a thick, almost not like fabric, almost like it's polystyrene-y. Does that make sense? I can't stress enough how unpleasant this fabric is, and I gave it to Ashley, who has no interest in fabric at all, but I said, feel that and tell me what you think, and he went, ooh. So, you know, make of that what you will. Let's try it on and see what it looks like. I mean, I wouldn't wear it just because the fabric feels so horrid. It doesn't look terrible, I'll give it that, but yeah, let's try it on. Right, it doesn't look as bad as it feels. I don't particularly like the dip. I mean, I wouldn't wear it with this dress anyway, but I feel like it would be more flattering all the way around at the same level. I don't see any need for it to go down at the back like it does. It feels incredibly hot and sticky. It has got pockets. I've had to roll the sleeves back because they were far too long. Rolled them back twice. It's not dreadful in terms of what it looks like, but I can't wait to take it off. I won't lie. Yes, I've nothing. Yeah, I can't get beyond the fabric with this one, unfortunately, which is a real shame because, as I said, the colours, the pattern, the look of it in the photograph was very much something that I would like, but no. Okay, let's move on to the next item, which is this two-piece pink trouser suit. Again, I looked at the picture of this, I thought it was really pretty. It's the cold shoulder detail. It's quite wide leg trouser. I quite liked the style of the top as it came down at the sides. I felt like the top looked a little shorter in real life than it did in the picture. Sorry, I'm just looking to see. Now this is described as cotton and linen and polyester on the website. Obviously, again, no labels or labels cut out, so I couldn't tell you what it is, but as someone who sells clothes for a living, I would say that this is viscose. I don't think there's any cotton content in this, or if there is, it's teeny tiny. Certainly no linen. It's very lightweight and it's very poorly made. I don't know if you can see, every single seam or edging has that sort of issue on it. Sorry, I'm not showing you that particular well. They're just not lined up. There's hanging threads. It's really poor quality material. But I do like the style, so if it looks absolutely fantastic on, I can probably forgive it all those things, and it might even be my favourite item of the haul. So I shall try it on and see what I think. I'm breathing a bit of a sigh of relief. I quite like this one. Now, the trousers were too long, so I have rolled them over at the waist. And I must apologise, I have black shapewear on underneath, so if you can see through this very flimsy material to that, I apologise. It needs either white or nude. I didn't realise it was going to be quite so see-through. I actually quite like this. I feel like, notwithstanding the poor quality material and workmanship, this is probably my favourite. I wish it was a little bit longer at the front here. It doesn't quite cover up as far as I want it to, but I like the wide shoulder strap with the little bit of shoulder strap showing. I like the length of the sleeves. I like the style. The trousers are a little bit too long, possibly a little bit too big generally, but that's the style of it, isn't it? The wide leg style. So overall, could be a lot worse. I think this might be the star of the show. Let's move on to the next item. Now, this was actually the first item I chose. I thought perfect for winter. I really like a cable knit. I love the baby blue colour, and I really liked the style of the jumper and skirt combo together. Sorry, I just got to take my shoes off. A little bit uncomfortable. I ordered this in a 5X, and when it arrived, this was how big the skirt was. Let's just hold that up to me so you can see. Not sure even one of my legs would have gone into this. None of them have any labels inside, as I said, but this came in a bag that said 2X rather than 5X. So I emailed the company. I double checked my order first of all. I had ordered the 5X. I emailed Ursime and I said, you've sent me the wrong size, would it be possible to resend it in the correct size? They replied that maybe it had been mislabeled and I should try it on to check. I explained that it was 3 sizes too small, so obviously it didn't fit, and once again asked them to resend it in the correct size, and they declined to do so and said just make the video without it. But I think that is worth sharing with you, because obviously, you know, if something turns up the wrong size and then you've got to send it back and pay to send it back, that is worth noting. The other thing I would say about this, obviously I haven't been able to try it on because it doesn't fit me, is that in the picture the jumper looked quite long line. I'll put the picture up here again for you to see, and it looked as though it came down much further than this one does. So I don't know if it's the same garment or not, but I would say it doesn't. You know, it's difficult without being able to try it on to know. But yeah, anyway, can't try it on, sorry. Finally, we have this bottle green collared dress with a V-neck. It is very low quality fabric, I would say. The workmanship is okay in this one, I would say. There's not any hanging threads or dodgy sewing. The fabric doesn't look anywhere near as nice as it did in the photograph, which is a shame. It's very, very lightweight. It's got a slight elastication on the back of the waist, but I'm worried about the chest again, so let's see how this one fares. Interesting sizing. Now, this one actually looks a lot better than the yellow one, although I would say it's too big. It feels too big as on the shoulders, and it does feel a little bit big on the skirt, but that could be just the style of the dress doesn't suit me, to be fair. It could just be that the whole thing is too big and sort of overwhelms my 5'3" shortness, which is fair enough. I didn't expect it to look on me like it looked on the model. However, it doesn't gape, it's not too tight across the chest. One thing that's irritating about that is the fact that the yellow dress was the exact same size with the exact same measurement chart, so clearly something is not right with their measurements somewhere. I would say I could go down a size in this, ideally. I like the fact it's got pockets, and I feel like it looks better on than it looked on the hanger. It is out of my comfort zone anyway. This was the one that I picked thinking it's not something that I'd normally order, so I'll try something a little bit different. I quite like the colour. I think it's quite a nice colour for autumn winter. Yeah, it fits and it's not badly made and it hasn't got any dirty marks on it, so that's good, I guess. Clutching at straws a little. Right, that brings us to the end of my Ursime try-on. Thank you to Ursime for sending me the clothes. As I say, I did give them an opportunity to feed back on the issues and they haven't responded. I honestly feel a little bit uncomfortable being so negative about something, but as I said earlier, I value my platform here and it would be disingenuous not to be honest with you about my experience. So I have done, although it feels a little uncomfortable to do so. I don't want to trash anybody's business, you know, but as well, when we're paying out our hard-earned money for things, or when you guys are paying, or any of us are paying out our hard-earned money for things, that in no way can I stand here with a clear conscience and say, oh yes, Ursime, great, fabulous, wonderful experience, fabulous clothes, because my experience just hasn't been great. That's not to say that somebody else's wouldn't be great. Perhaps I've just been unlucky in this instance, but I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.